right. Well, I'm now excited to introduce our final speaker today. This is Bharath Gaddam, founder of Data Poem. So Bharath, I'll let you take it from here.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks to the ARF team for giving us the opportunity to present our approach on full funnel measurement. Let me take a minute to introduce Data Poem of what we do and why we do what we do. I'll start with the why. The founding team of Data Poem has more than 25 plus years of experience as media planners, strategists, a performance marketing team, as well as media researchers. And we started Data Poem because of the frustrations that we had as practitioners with the marketing intelligence systems in terms of actionability as practitioners. And that's when we started Data Poem back in 2019 to help marketing teams to plan, optimize, execute, measure in an ongoing basis, right? So that's how Data Poem came about. So what do we do is in the world of disconnected intelligence with siloed intelligence metrics for upper funnel and lower funnel, we help marketeers to build a connected intelligence system which helps marketers to create a agile, comprehensive ROI measurement and optimization. The case that we are talking about today is about a CPG brand, one of the leaders in foods category, spends close to $132 million across brand marketing, shopper marketing, retail media, as well as commerce or digital commerce, that they call it. And what the client wanted from a measurement point of view is a system which has common currency of measurement in terms of ROI across different brand activities, whether it is brand media, shopper, retail, Super Bowl, coupons, retail media, etc., in terms of understanding their impact against upper funnel and lower funnel KPIs so that they can plan and optimize in an ongoing manner, right? To achieve that, what we needed was a system which should understand ROI at a comprehensive level, understand both the synergies as well as cross-channel interactions between media and non-media factors. Because it has to be actionable, we need to understand ROI at a very granular level to the audience level. And then in terms of forecasting accuracy, it has to be a very, very high level of 90% so that the client can make decisions on the go, right? So when we started this, we looked at the present measurement stack of the brand. So the brand was doing marketing ROI through traditional MMMs, shopper ROI through a separate model, web or the digital commerce is measured by conversions as well, and event and sponsorships were measured as by reach and visibility metrics. And they had a typical brand tracker for measuring upper funnel metrics. And because of all of these different siloed metrics, they're not able to measure all the activities in one unified manner, right? What we have as an approach for them, and all of us understand that the brand activities or media activities help in building short-term sales as well as impacting brand metrics, which in turn impact the long-term sales, right? So our system is designed in such a way to measure both short-term impact as well as long-term impact in a comprehensive manner. That's what we call as total impact, which is short-term ROI plus long-term ROI measured together. So to do so, the methodology that we have to apply has become a challenge because what we understand from the existing techniques, statistical techniques or deterministic techniques, if we have to build a system which can measure both upper funnel and lower funnel metrics, it needs to have high dimensionality, which high dimensionality, we need to be able to take in almost 250 plus features in the model, which can lead to multicollinearity in the statistical technique, which is a challenge. Then we want to do it we want to understand the synergies and interactions that are happening between different media factors and non-media factors. as well as ability to do it in an ongoing manner, which is agile manner. We realize that the existing statistical techniques will not be able to do it because of the inherent issues of taking, because of the multicollinearity, not able to take in different time lags in terms of short-term and long-term effect, not able to measure interconnected relationships in terms of synergies, as well as, so the answer we found is in the way of deep learning and causal AI using neural networks. By the inherent nature of the neural networks, you can build in as many features. We use almost 250 to 300 features. That's a typical number of variables marketing teams use across branding, performance, as well as shopper, as well as multiple other KPIs. Then we can use that. We can understand the systems, understand nonlinear interconnected relationships between different features. So that helps us to solve the cross-channel synergies. And because of incremental training capability of neural networks, we're able to do a much faster incremental training on a monthly basis, right? And also the ability to take multiple, measure longer horizon as well as short horizon. We're able to take short-term and long-term effect too, right? So to do that, we use the causal relationship is learned by the neural network, and then the causal inference is extracted by what is called causal AI techniques or explainable AI. So to just give you a sense of, the deep learning, if you by now all of us understand generative AI models like ChatGPT and Gemini or any other generative models, they all use deep learning on text. We use deep learning on time series data, which all of us actually handle with. So that's how we're able to build a system which is able to answer all the questions the client had. And to measure the robustness of the causation, we actually use the famous Julia-Pearl's causal framework, which starts with testing associations, and using counterfactuals, we understand the real causation and the causal effect so that we can deliver almost 90% and above forecasting accuracy on an ongoing basis. Now let's look at the results that we have. In terms of learning, we're able to give client a comprehensive ROI metric across all different marketing activities that the brand does. And we are also able to give them a very clear indication of short-term and long-term impact of different activities. Like, for example, if you see that the Super Bowl has a very high long-term effect compared to a brand media, whereas the shopper media has a very low long-term impact, which helps brand to understand the short-term and the long-term effects with the one common metric. Because we are a bottom-up model at a very granular level, we can also give and understand the impact of short-term and long-term for different media channels as well as channels, so that we can use it for comprehensive planning and optimization. The uniqueness of the model from our understanding long-term effect is not a specific time horizon that we define for the long-term effect. The system understands the long-term effects of different channels and how it is impacting over a period of time, from 6 months to 9 months to 12 months to 18 months to 24 months, depending on how the individual channel or a tactic works. The system identifies that long-term effect that is emanating from the activities and measures that total impact for different channel uniquely, unlike taking any time horizon of a particular period. We take the total effect of all the channels by its own impact. The other thing that we deliver for the client is in terms of the cross-channel synergies the system learns. And what we've identified is that in the absence of cross-channel synergies, the marketing ROI is almost underreported by 15 to 20%. And when you measure it, we actually get a very robust understanding of marketing ROI from a short-term point of view. And with the combination of interactions and the short-term and long-term value, we're able to actually provide a very, very robust ROI system, which can deliver the accuracy that we're mentioning in terms of 90% and above. So once the client had the outputs, we actually provide a scenario planner or optimizer using neural networks where the client can optimize different tactics from top down, which is in terms of different activities. Here, if you look at it, branding, shopper, commerce, which delivered a overall 17% ROI lift. And because it's a bottom up, the brand also can do paid media optimization, which kind of delivered close to 13% optimization within the 17% that we've seen overall, right? And like we mentioned, we are an agile system where the system measures the impact of all these campaigns on a monthly basis, and we're able to help client plan and optimize on an ongoing basis to give them the delivery of close to what we kind of planned for, the 13% lift on the media ROI, a 6% lift on the brand saliency, achieving the overall higher revenue. So that's what we kind of delivered in terms of answering all the questions the client had in terms of how can we have a unified metric, getting comprehensive ROI of short-term and long-term with synergies, as well as doing it on an ongoing basis. That's what we delivered. And the most important thing, and a lot of, whenever we present our approaches, a lot of times client asks us, how do we implement it? How do I make this transition into the new causal AI paradigm? The way we do it is we call it as the process, we call it as your MMM to the power of data poem, which is primarily we start with your existing data set, your MMM, and we add interactions, long-term ROI and monthly ROI as a stage one. And then as a stage two, we actually add in the other metrics of other tactics from a holistic point of view and granularity, which kind of delivers the overall holistic causal AI paradigm for total ROI, right? So this is one approach, which is, we call it as augmenting approach. And the second approach is primarily where the client starts with a pilot to kind of get into the causal system and then applies it to the rest of the portfolio. And in terms of our work, in terms of how we do it, we're happy to inform that, close to 40 plus brands with, two of the largest CPG clients, as well as leaders in auto and BFSI work with us across the world. And we're very sure that this is where the future of marketing intelligence is moving forward. And we are happy that we are part of this forum to present this paradigm. And we wish many more brands would take this up and get the total value, like the way we get it. Thank you.
And thank you, Bharath.